I never truly appreciated how important being an accountant, being a professional accountant, that identity was to me in my professional career, my personal life, and how many doors it has unlocked, how many conversations it has started, how many networks have emerged just because of the association, and also the implicit trust that people have in you when you have CPA after your name.
Born and raised in Riverhead, St. Mary's Bay along the Irish Loop, Colin's roots run deep in Newfoundland and Labrador. His family legacy, one shaped by generations of fishermen, was forever altered by the 1992 cod moratorium, an event that set Colin on a very different course. He became one of the few in his extended family to earn a university degree and only one to achieve a professional designation, ultimately becoming a chartered professional accountant. Colin is a graduate of Memorial University, completing a Bachelor of Commerce in 2011, and holds a graduate certificate in risk management from the University of Toronto. He earned his accounting designation in 2014, becoming a CPA following the profession's unification. A lifelong learner, he has completed the Leadership Essentials program at the Niagara Institute and is currently pursuing studies in public policy with aspirations of completing a PhD. While Colin's professional impact is far-reaching, he is quick to affirm that his most important role is that of husband and father.
For me, the most important thing at the end of the day is I'm not Colin Corcoran, CPA, I'm not Colin Corcoran, CEO, CSENL. I'm somebody's husband and father, and that's the most important thing to me right now.
As the current CEO of the Community Sector Council of Newfoundland and Labrador, he leads an ambitious 5-year strategic vision aimed at strengthening the province's 3,400 nonprofits and charities. Under his leadership, CSCNL has expanded into emerging areas such as social innovation, secured millions in new revenue, and expanded programming across Canada, reaching as far as Nunavut.
We support advocacy efforts, capacity building, we put funding into the sector. The reason why we exist is because we support change makers to make change. And what better way to do that than with the people and the volunteers and the causes that are closest to the people here in Newfoundland and Labrador, the community sector.
Previously, Colin was Vice President of Genesis, Newfoundland and Labrador's Tech Innovation Hub, where he supported hundreds of tech founders and helped establish critical initiatives like Genesis Co-working, the Ocean Startup Project, and built the Microfund to invest in portfolio companies. Before that, as Director of Finance and Social Enterprise at Choices for Youth, he launched a suite of ventures that continue to thrive today. Colin began his career with the Government of Newfoundland and Labrador,
working on negotiations for the multi-billion-dollar RCMP contracts. So that's where I like to say I cut my teeth.
Alongside a demanding career, he and his wife Nancy became entrepreneurs in 2015, purchasing and revitalizing their hometown pub, the Celtic Knot, before selling it to focus on raising their daughters. In 2019, Colin joined the Faculty of Business Administration as a per-course instructor, where he shares his real-world experience with senior undergraduate and graduate students, primarily focusing on small enterprise and regional development. Colin served on the CPA Newfoundland and Labrador Board of Directors from 2018 to 2021, including on the Strategy Committee. He contributed to the National CPA Foresight Series and continues to support the profession by speaking at career presentations and CPA panels for aspiring students. Colin has been a dedicated volunteer since childhood, balancing academic excellence with leadership roles in 4-H, Army Cadets, and Youth Parliament. At university, he served on Memorial's Student Union and Senate. Today, he chairs volunteer services for the 2025 Canada Games.
We're building the largest voluntary workforce in the province's history. And I'm able to do that with Canada Games because of our focus in my role.
Colin is a member of numerous provincial and national boards.
I currently sit as the chair of the Canadian Federation of Nonprofit Networks. I moonlight at the university from time to time as an instructor for some senior business classes, but I'm also the chair of the Centre for Social Enterprise at the university.
Over the years, Colin has held roles on numerous local, provincial, and national boards. A former youngest mayor in Canada, he's especially proud of launching a social enterprise that brought cellular infrastructure to St. Mary's Bay.
After working with the province, working with the communities to build a social enterprise as a vehicle for investment, we managed to stack all the funding together, a little Hail Mary pass for a loan facility in order to get the infrastructure. And in the middle of the pandemic, St. Mary's Bay lit up on a day I didn't expect it. All of a sudden I was getting messages from home. Colin, we have cell service. Was this supposed to happen?
As Colin puts it, growing up, we didn't call it volunteering. It was simply being part of a community. Colin's efforts have earned him wide recognition. Named one of Atlantic Canada's top 50 emerging leaders by 21 Inc. in 2010, he has since become a Global Entrepreneurship Week ambassador for Futurepreneur Canada and was recently awarded the King Charles III Coronation Medal, nominated by Volunteer Canada for his 3 decades of service and community impact. There has been no linear path for Colin. His career has traversed the public, private, nonprofit, and academic sectors. Through it all, his designation as a chartered professional accountant has served as his compass, grounding him in principle and guiding him through every challenge.
Looking back on it all, it was the best decision ever, because where I am currently to with my career, where I am to personally, where I am to from my community work, I can credit part of that back to being an accountant, because it helped me tremendously in every crisis that I found myself in, because I knew that at least I had part of the solution, and part of it rested in the accounting files.
Colin comes to the table every day with an inclusive, growth-minded perspective and attitude. Colin sees the good in everyone and in everything, and in many ways that brings out the good in everyone and everything. He is not just intellectually intelligent, but emotionally intelligent. Colin knows how to meet people where they are. And that's really important when you work in an organization like the one that Colin leads. We're thrilled to see CPA Newfoundland and Labrador recognize your exceptional leadership, and we're so proud to serve and volunteer with this organization and to see the progress and the growth that you bring.
Colin resides in Seal Cove, CBS, with his wife Nancy and their 3 beautiful daughters, Nora, Bridget, and Ivy. Weekends are reserved for family adventures and collecting what matters most to him: experiences, friendships, and memories.
What I've realized now is I've always had passion and drive, but now I have purpose and direction. To be awarded the Emerging Leader Award, for me it's the indicator that I might be doing something good at the end of the day. I might be on the right path.
We are pleased to introduce our Emerging Leader recipient, Mr. Colin Corcoran.